Okay, good morning, everybody. We're going to get going here with part 2 of the Sawgrass Championship on the Tenacious Golf Tour. My name is Tenacious Earl, and I'll be bringing you holes 10 through probably 16 for the first group off, and then for the lead group. It'll be holes probably 5 through 10 or something like that. So it's a good morning for golf. It's chilly where I am, but I doubt it's that way at Sawgrass down in Florida. One moment as I get my stuff ready to roll. So if you could see at the top of your screen, that's our leaderboard at the moment. We've got Kenny Service and Jimmy Kimes. Jimmy Kimes in the lead group. He's tied with Service for the lead. 2 back. Ji-Woon Ko also in that final group. So Service is in the second to last group along with Yun Lee Song, who is at -9, and he's 3 behind the 2 leaders. And so then we have a number of others back. We'll see each of those. Denny Rowetter will be playing the 10th here. He is at -7. As well as Kenji Morita, who is, in the third to last group. So I've kind of adjusted my leaderboard a little bit here. We have Leon Bay still way over there at -5. He is 7 back, and so he's hovering at the point of being out of contention. We also have right now Dale George. I brought him off the leaderboard, and we will just be rolling his out of contention stuff. So I did check back on the video to kind of tie up a loose end. Dale George was actually the stormy golfer, and he didn't come up in any rolls, so that's fine. But Kenji Morita currently is sunny. Jeremiah James is lucky, which means and I forgot to give him a blue chip on the 8th hole, which it didn't end up costing him anything. He got a par. In theory, he could have used that to take control of the 8th, but in any event. Wow, I blow that horn early. Yeah. Mrs. Moley is captivated. Well, Mrs. Moley, I appreciate your captivation. Of course, captivated could mean that you're, like, trapping her and forcing her to watch it, so. But I'll digress. So, in any event, let's get going here. So we're, again, at TPC Sawgrass, or as Play calls it, the Players Club in Ponte Vedra Beach. And we're going to get going here with the 10th hole. Back 9 starting for Denny Rowetter and Dale George. We're not playing out his holes on the telecast. We will just do a quick roll to decide on what his, and I'll show you the chart here, but we use a little quick chart right there. So depending on the level of difficulty of the hole and a quick roll of the dice, we figure out what score they got. So it's too bad for George, but he went 4 over on the front. So this is a hole that has a tough green. As you can see, the exclamation mark means it's going to be, each putt will be a degree of difficulty tougher. And it's challenging as well. So if you get Golf Cam Green, which is that black circle right there, and you could also get that on some of the players card rolls, you would end up having to check if the hole is challenging on a number of those selections, and this green is challenging. So a drive onto a narrow fairway is followed by an approach to the most difficult green on the course. Now, the other thing you will see here is no water on this hole, one of the few holes at the Players Club that does not have water. Here's Rowetter. He is currently 5 behind the leaders, and we will roll, and he'll have control. He's going to avoid the course hazards here right off the bat. Par 4, 1 to 6. Not a direct green, and he is not a stone golfer. All these traits are here on his card, and he doesn't have either of those, so we're going to go to his mood, and currently his mood is neutral. So we come to this chart here, which is Golf Cam Mood, and it's a par 4. And on the green die, he has a 2, so is he sunny? And the lower the number on this chart, the better. So he isn't sunny, but he'll still have a difficult putt for birdie, which Actually, because of that exclamation mark, it would be a double difficult. So what he's going to have to do here is lag. He is not going to... He won't gain... Because he's lagging, he will not gain either sunny or stormy nature because he's kind of wimping out on this putt. And so he will... So I have a lag roll here where if we get double ones, he has a chance to make it. And that's with a decide or die as well. If it's yes, if it's no, then he has a gimme off a double difficult. Double sixes means that he would get a more, his lag putt wasn't so good, and then any other roll, which is that right there, is he gets an easy par putt. So he's just trying to, and so double sixes on the easy par putt, he makes the par. All right, and now we've got this. So this is a normal hole for. And he's going to birdie, so that's the first birdie for George. That's one of the things about this out of contention roll is that it can help a player out a lot. All right, so we'll go to 9. Frenchie LeBouf. I think that says good day to everybody. I hope. My French is a little rusty, but and I'm not sure how to say rusty in French, or else I would. They probably has something to do with like Ferre or something like that's iron in has a fair anyway. Trying to guess anyway. No, so kilo because of his par on 5. When James got a bogey, he will be first to go here on 9. This is again a potential birdie hole, but it's also it's a par 5. It's a long par 5. You can get there in 2 sometimes, but it'll be course controlled 66, and Nate Kilo is in the water. So the 5 we go off of this. So however many on the white die are here. So this is only a 5. So this is probably about as unlucky as he can get. He gets a 5, and he also gets the 66, which is one of the 2 water rolls. And so he went kersloosh, and he is now going to have to try and scramble. Now the good news is he has a 1. That's usually better. Is he an icon? Because he has the decider die, Nate Kilo is semi-icon, and with a decider die, it makes him icon. So yes, he is. He'll have a moderate putt for par. He has a chance. It's a good chance of saving par, 1 to 5. And he makes it. So Nate Kilo survives the water off the tee. And he shoots a 37 on the front and will remain at -6. Now Jeremiah James with his blue chip. Rouillet? Rusties. Rusty. Rusty. That's great. All right, James is gonna roll here. I gotta stop before I have an accident. Slam it into the wall here at the 9th. 2, 5, 6 here. Is James a legend? No, he's not. It's not a direct green either. Direct green means it would be a good chance at an eagle, so no. All right, it's going to be a short game check. So we get down here and you see this little flag here. That means we're going to check the short game of Mr. Jeremiah James. And Jeremiah James is interesting because he is one of my custom cards. So is he stone? No. Still going to end up with a difficult putt for par. Now, because he's lucky, he can use his blue chip on every hole and he'll gain back a new one. So he's going to use that on the difficult par to make it moderate, and he does make it, and he needed to use it, or else I'm going to make sure I put the blue chip back here now because I forgot the one time. So he also shoots a 37 on the front. Not bad, not great. Kind of treading water compared to everybody. Although Kenny Service currently has the round of the day, only 5 holes in, he's 3 under par. So let's see. Gil Granbury birdied 6, parred 7, so he's got the honor at this relatively difficult par 3. Granbury, one of the favorites in this field, but he has dropped a shot here on the front after a double bogey and then a birdie. So this will be, we do 14. See here it's course control 5, so with a 4, definitely it'll be course control 14 in the rough with his tee shot, which on a par 3, the tee shot is going to basically be a greenside shot out of the rough to try and get up and down for par. Now, Granbury's not a workman, so he will have a gimme par putt. Gimme pars are you roll 3 dice, and they all have to be 6 for him to miss. And so that's not going to happen this time. We have seen it. It does happen. It's gutting when it happens. It's actually special when it happens, but especially gutting. Who are these golfers? These are fictional set from Play. They make a fictional set. They also have, and I have a couple of the sets of actual golfers. I have the 2000 set that comes with the game. I also have the 2017 set. But I started with fictional, and I'm continuing with fictional. And I did not expect French vocabulary today, but so there's another 14. Wow, that's, I swear I shook them up, but that looks pretty similar to my last roll, which, except for the white 2 is different. That was a 4 before, but now it's 2. But it's going to be the same rough in 1 and the same gimme par putt for Leon Bay. He's at -5. He needs to start finding some birdies here, or else he's going to be short for the telecast. I took French. I swear I did. I just can't remember any of it. I remember some of it. I do remember bonjour. And I got tout. And les personnes, I assume that's pretty self-explanatory, I think. I guess I could say comment vous appelez-vous, and that might help. Or it might make somebody think I'm having a seizure or speaking in tongues, or I don't know. Anyway, no offense, but I'm just all right. Alvestad and then Merida. Alvestad with a par on 6. So we're going to the 7th. Firm green, tough green. So 3 degrees of difficulty, but this will go off of the golfer's card. We'll check his traits and see how they shine through on this hole 255. Alvestad is a legend, so he will earn a blue chip for a good tee shot. Gives him some extra confidence down the road. Tom Zupa, yes, this is definitely sweeping the dew off the course, and he's not. Alvestad is not a hacker, so he'll have a moderate birdie putt. Now he could use his blue chip here. He's at -6. Of course, the blue chip takes him from a moderate birdie to an easy birdie, which is only it takes it from a 2 to a 4. It's not like it becomes a sure thing. He's going to go ahead and roll off of the moderate. So 1 to 2. This is some of the strategy that comes with this game. Oh, wait. This makes it even, I forgot, exclamation mark. Moderate becomes difficult. So probably even more of a reason to not use that blue chip, because that takes you from about a 16 to about a 33% chance. 33%. 16 to 33, because 2 out of 6. So you're only gaining 1/6 of a chance. So we're just going to let him try and roll it out here. If he makes it, that would be a good make for him. And it's a 2. If he had used the blue chip, he would have made the putt. How about that? Of course, that's double. That's second guessing yourself. But all right, so moderate par for Alvestad, 1 to 5, and he makes it. I keep trying to say, don't second guess, and it's just human nature. History of a golf maker, I guess. Yeah. All right. I'm not sure about Okun Seize, but I'm hoping that's a good thing. I'm assuming it's a good thing because you put an exclamation mark in and thank you very much at the end. I got that much. So a 3. Okay, well, it's going to be 14. The square means golf cam course, and so that's where we use, that's where it checks. So just to give a quick explanation if anybody has never seen this before. These are hole traits. Firm is a green specific. The green has challenging, which makes it tough. It has friendly, which means it's an easy green. Okay, so those are green modifiers. And then course modifiers are daunting and cordial. This has neither daunting nor cordial, so this golf cam course is probably going to lead to a par here, or a decent chance at a par, or maybe a clutch chance at a par. So a 1 on a par 4. Is it cordial? No. Is the golfer a laser golfer? Kenji Morita does not have the laser quality, so he'll have a clutch putt for par. Now, if it had been a cordial hole, he would have had a clutch chance at a birdie. But instead, Morita is going to have to roll without a clutch rating, which means he's neutral, means he's 1 to 3. So 50% chance of making it. And he misses, and he will get some, what I like to call bad juju for later in the round with that red chip. And now he's got to make an easy bogey, and he will drop a shot to -6 in that little schmozzle there. 5-way tie of guys more or less hanging around the fringes of contention. Okay. No seizures. Oh, okay. The golfer story. And, yeah. No seizures. Well, Frenchie, at least you're multilingual, so you can give me the... Well, I guess you're listening to me talk, so that helps. That would should give me a clue that you can, at the very least, understand some English, or at least whatever I'm putting out here, which masquerades as English sometimes. All right, so we're gonna go to 6. So again, these greens this is a part of the course where the greens get pretty rough, and this is a semi-challenging, semi-firm green with the exclamation mark. So Service and Lee Song have to be careful. And Kenny Service at 3 under par. He's got that red chip also looming, but he doesn't want to use it here. But he gets a white 6, which is allows you to take an easy or a gimme par. Basically, it's a gimme par you don't even have to roll. And you earn a blue chip, which then erases Service's red chip, which he will take. Happy to not have to putt on this green. And he stays in the lead at -12. Yun Lee Song now. On this hole, you'd also like a 1, 2, or 3. And he gets a 3. So 2, 3, 5 off of his traits. Yun Lee Song is a semi-legend, and with a dot there means he is. So he'll get one right down the middle. The gallery gives him a cheer. He gets a blue chip. That's good juju, I guess, is what you would call that, maybe. And let's see, with a 5, we check again. Hacker, no, he'll have a moderate birdie putt. But with the exclamation mark, the moderate goes down to difficult. Well, Lee Song is going to try the difficult without using that blue chip. He wants to save that for a more advantageous moment. And see, if he would have used it, he would have missed. So, let's see. So that makes it a moderate par. And luckily, he just had a 6. So that means what are the chances we get 2 6s in a row? At this point, doesn't happen. So he'll earn a par. And we get to the lead group at 5. And it'll be Kimes and Co. Kimes birdied to get back a share of the lead with Service. And so here is a hole that's still got a semi-firm green, but now it's a daunting from tee to green, we'll say. 66 golf cam course, misses the water by 1. If it's a 5-6, he's needs his swim trunks. But instead, it'll be golf cam course and semi-daunting. Luckily, he doesn't have the dot. So par 4, is it cordial? No. Is he laser? Jimmy Kimes does have the laser quality. Let me give you a shot of it right there. Laser. So, he will have a clutch putt for birdie. And in this case, he will use the blue chip because he also wants to fend off. He has a good chance of losing it. He's semi-rust, which means the way I play it, 1 to 2 is the range when you roll for the putt for a rust clutch putter. If he misses that, he gets a red chip. He loses the blue chip anyway. You might as well use the blue chip. He can't get any blue chips after using one, but he ends up with a 1 to 4 chance of making the birdie. And he misses it anyway. So he would have lost the blue chip in any respect. So now it is going to be an easy par, and he will make that. So it's kind of the strategy of this game. You have to weigh the good and the bad and what is going to come your way regardless of what happens. So Ji Woon Ko, he's trying to avoid the water too here in a 15, another golf cam course. And this time he's got the dot, which means it's a daunting hole on this playing. Comes back to bite him in a bit here because this is a 3. If it's a daunting hole, he gets a clutch putt for bogey. He's going to drop another shot here, at least. He doesn't have any blue chips. 1 to 3 he needs for a bogey. He would earn a blue chip, but he doesn't make it. And so he gets a red chip, and he's going to have to putt an easy putt for double bogey. And he has just had a hole he'd like to forget. So down to minus. Wait, I removed the wrong guy. That's Yun Lee Song. That's Ji Woon Ko. He's going to drop to -8. Okay. Well, we're getting somewhere, but it seems like the leaders are separating themselves, maintaining their spot. So, well, maybe Rowetter can get a little bit of a... Well, it's going to be George first, something going here. So double cordial. Well, first we have to roll the decider die to see if it is double cordial, and it's not. It's going to be cordial. So we do this roll, and a 2 on a cordial hole's another birdie. So back-to-back birdies for George, and this is the best he's played ever, probably. But now Denny Rowetter. So double cordial and semi-direct, or semi-double cordial, semi-direct. So semi-direct means that when the decider die is a dot, and we check the golfer traits or whatever the golfer controls, if it's direct, there's a certain percentage of chance that he could have an eagle opportunity. And double cordial would mean if it's if we go to golf cam course. Well, actually, if he gets a 6, another thing double cordial would mean with a dot on the decider die is that he could go for take an easy birdie or a quick dirty birdie and not have to worry about it. Long dog leg left par. So again, dog leg left is it starts straight and then takes a little kink in it towards the left. Provides a good birdie chance for those golfers who can hit a clean drive and avoid the lone oak tree protecting the fairway. So that's probably that dude right there. There's a tree. So Denny Rowetter is going to go, and he will triple sixes. That is going to be a special result roll. So anytime you get trips, so the 2 means it's off the golfer. So if it were a 5, which you see here, then we would go with 66. Instead, because it's not in the course control parameters, then we go to the golfer control stuff, and all of the trips like 3, 3, 3 special result, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, and 6, 6, 6. Well, some of you ultra religious types might think that maybe this is a sign he's going to get bushwhacked or something. I don't know. I'm not going to read that much into it, but this is a special result, and I don't know if I have no clue. So there's a bunch of scenarios here and stuff, and that's only level 1. If you get a certain roll, you can go again. I think it's doubles. Then you go to the next, and so there's 3 levels, and I don't know if any of them is the earth opens up and the lake of fire shows, but this, I don't know. Denny Rowetter might fall in. So anyway, in any regard, and so what you have here is you have a bunch of results, and you have some for par 3s, par 4s, and par 5s. Let's roll out. So we roll 2 dice and we see what they bring up. 45. So let's see. Missed the green on his 3rd shot. Poor recovery. Confidence crisis. Difficult putt for par. Golfer given workman quality till further notice if missed. Okay, so he's got to make a difficult par. So this is a 50% chance that Denny Rowetter gets workman for a long time. And workman is going to send him crashing down the leaderboard. Well, not that he's very high on it, but he is in, 5th place right now? So he gets a 2 and he makes his par. And he will avoid that albatross around his neck. And not an albatross like in Double Eagle or anything. So good for Denny Rowetter. He avoids disaster and a confidence crisis and becoming, I don't know, Jean Van de Velde. Hey, there's a Frenchman for you. That's a French name you don't want to mention in a golf conversation. Alrighty, so, and now that I've probably alienated my French viewer, I apologize and we'll never bring his name up again. Back to 10. And so we move on. It'll be Nate Killow here. One of these guys was James. I think James might have found water. So here's a plan I have going forward, and it's going to add a little bit of time in future tournaments. But I think I'm going to get some highlighters so I can mark down like when guys get in the water, when guys are playing out of the rough. So it just makes it a little easier to remember things about the round. But okay, so it's going to be course controlled 15. So he's going to be in the bunker. The bunker. It's not the beach you want to be in. And that is on his tee shot. So a 5 on the green die means we check to see if he is sandy. And he is. So he manages himself a flyer at a birdie here. It's difficult in the book means, because of the exclamation marks, going to be double difficult. So Killow will go for a lag here. And he gets the normal lag, which is goes from a double difficult birdie to a easy par. 6-6 miss. He makes it. So again, just to explain my custom lag rule, the normal lag rule is you take a double difficult and you just automatically make it easy. You take a difficult, and if you lag it, you automatically make it a gimme. I thought it would be more fun, and I don't think it changes much of the because I mean it's a very slim amount of chances. But I thought sometimes you roll a lag up there and it just happens to fall in, and sometimes you try to lag it up there and you knock it past about 10 feet. And so that's kind of what this is for. So that's what the double 1s and the double 6s are. If you roll that first roll, you get one of those and you could be in good shape, or you could be in a little less good shape. So let's see who's next. James. He's going to use the blue chip to take control. He wants to see if he can use his traits to his advantage. 2, 3, 5. He figures this hole probably isn't going to work out anyway. Not a shaper, not a legend. Is he a champion? Semi-champion, but doesn't get the dot. So right now, and James right now is not hot, not cold. So par 4 5, is he cold? No, moderate putt for birdie becomes a difficult putt for birdie because of the exclamation mark needs a 1. It's a 4, so now a moderate par putt, which he will make. So his back 9 starts with a par, as does Kilos. They're both still at -6, and they're 6 back. Somebody's got to make a move out of that group. And I'm going to make sure and put a blue chip back for James, because he'll always start the next hole with one. Granbury at the 9th, sorry, it's a par 5, birdie opportunity, potentially. And without the dot, that's not a double cordial birdie. That's a, that would be a cordial par with a blue chip associated with it. Now, Granbury is at -6, and he's gonna attack this green. So not the ideal shot, but he well, let's see what kind. Let's before we do that, let's see what kind of trait he needs. You need a master. He doesn't have that. So the best he could do is a moderate putt for birdie. Moderate putt for birdie. That's a 1 to 2. Is it worth? You need a 1, and he's gonna take a blue chip, take a par, and he'll have a 37 on the front. A lot of these guys are struggling here on the front 9. Leon Bay. Okay, it'll be this is a dot, so 1, 3, 4 for Bay on this double cordial. Well, it's going to be double cordial this time, but the double cordial won't really make much of a difference now. 1, 3, 4. He is not rated as a duffer. Is he a champion? Yes, he is. So he'll get another blue chip on another gallery cheers as his second shot. Wows the gallery. And now we go to a 4 in gallery cheers. Is a utility? No. Moderate putt for birdie. Now, red chips you cannot use on the same hole. Blue chips you may, and so he's got 2 of them, and it is a moderate, so that makes easy, and then gimme. He will use both of them, and he doesn't have much left to lose here, so takes it from a moderate to a gimme, and he makes the gimme birdie, and so he also comes in at 37 on the front, but he will get into this -6 group. Actually, a lot of these guys started -7 and are just at 1 over par. Alvestad goes first here on 8. I'm gonna use some of the strategy to take control here, and actually a 1 doesn't even help. But let's see what happens with Alvestad if he takes control of the hole with a full course control. So par 3, 2, 2, 4. He is a champion. He'll have an easy putt for birdie. That's 1 to 4. So Alvestad dials it up. Can he get the roll? And he does, so Alvestad will gain a stroke here, move to -7 along with Rowetter, and so using the blue chip there works to his advantage. It's nice when you can use a blue chip and you get a birdie out of 1 blue chip. That can be nice. Usually, like in the case of Bay, that's kind of more what you have to do is almost use 2 chips in order to sneak a birdie out of a hole if you kind of like coax it. But in that case, he got the roll he needed, and there's no guarantees in this game, as you have seen so far. So Morita has a red chip. He is going to give the course control here. We're going to go a little bit opposite strategy. It's probably going to be course controlled anyway. He had a 1 in 6 chance of a 6, which would erase it, but he's going to instead get a 23, and that'll be in the rough near the green. So we'll see if he can. If he sneaks a par out, he'll have erased the red chip without losing a stroke. And he is at -6 too. But let's see. So a 3, is he workman? No. So he'll have a gimme putt for par. And he makes it. So he remains at -6. A nice hole for him. So now Lee Sung and Service. Service still tied for the lead. And he's almost through. He's got 2 more holes in this really rough stretch of holes. This a firm green and a tough green with an exclamation mark. So Service, no blue chips to use. But he'll go off of his card. 1, 3, 6. Duffer or scatter? No, neither. Hero? Nope. So it'll go to his mood with a 6. So par 4, is he sunny? He's not. It'll be a difficult putt for par, made even more by the exclamation mark. Double difficult. He's going to drop out of this lead. He's got to collect his thoughts here and not try to go for this, because going for this, you'd leave yourself with a 1 to 3. It'd be a 50% chance of making the par or the bogey. So he will lag, and he doesn't. He gets it in the right range there for an easy bogey, which he almost misses that. A 56, a 66 would have been a miss, but he will drop to -11. And so Kimes regains the lead, sole possession of it. Now, Yun Lee Song. Oh no. I missed. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay. There we go. So a 4. So it'll be 14. Golf cam course. I don't think I've missed the box with one of those before. I don't think I've done that before. That's maybe a first. Golf cam course for par 4 2. Not cordial, not daunting, so a moderate putt for par because of the exclamation mark. And he does make it, so. Okay, go clean your clubs there, Farm 1. Enjoy. Sorry there. Nalge Blanc on the fairways in upstate New York. So Farm is an upstate New Yorker? That's cool. That's interesting. I don't know which part of upstate New York. I went to school in the 716, if you know where that is. If you're from the 716, you know what the 716 is. So, dice out of bounds. So, Toddler Moley, astute observation, and enjoy your day there. Well, actually, it's probably midway through the afternoon now, right? Or early afternoon. Yeah, hey, Mr. Moley, you have any football on? I should, but I was really into it for a while, and then just kind of, I don't know. See, I was into it, and then American soccer kind of took the wind out of my sails. So Kimes in the lead here at 6, in the heart of this little bit of a tough section here. He'll have control. 114. That's a good roll, I believe. Usually double ones can get you somewhere on your own card. Is he gilded? Kimes is not gilded. Is he cold? Kimes is semi-hot, so no. So you'll have a moderate putt for birdie. So it's really good if you get those double ones. If you have if you have 2 blue chips, then you could really sneak out a gimme birdie putt. Oh wait, a moderate putt for birdie. But we've got the exclamation mark makes it difficult. So could lag. In fact, with a lead, he is going to lag here. So, and I have no clue what I just rolled. I thought I picked up the decider die. So let's re-roll here. Oh, there's double ones. So he'll have a gimme par now. Or wait a second. That was a. See, this is why you don't re-roll. But I don't know how else to read that, because I had 3 D6s. So now I get the double ones, which he should make the difficult birdie. But now I have in the back of my mind that I rolled those other ones, and none of them were ones. Well, you know what? I can't honor that. Man, and I wasted a double one roll. Oh, man. I can't give him that birdie. I just can't do it. It doesn't make sense. I was just, like, almost every roll on that roll is not going to do that. And so I just had assumed that by re-rolling it, I was going to end up with the typical gimme par. And that's what we're going to do. So Kimes... It lips out. That's what we're going to say. It lipped out. It looked like it was falling in. And, hey, he gets more double ones. But let's call that a par for him. And maybe he'll feel aggrieved at the end of the day. But Liverpool is beating West Brom. FA Cup semifinals. Well, that's league games. So the FA Cup semifinals. And I guess Manchester United is still in that, which... Mr. Moley, I don't think I ever asked you who your club is over there. For a year or two there, I was thinking about being Crystal Palace, just because they kind of have the same colors as the Bills, and they're a kind of a punchy underdog, kind of like the Bills, but. You know, I kind of like lost track of the Premier League for a while. So, Co with a red chip. 16 in the bunker. In the bunker off the tee, and a green 6, which is not so good. He's semi-sandy with a dot, so that does help him. It's still a double difficult putt for birdie. So that doesn't hurt him too much, the exclamation mark. You can't upgrade or downgrade a double difficult putt, but he's going to lag this. And he ends up with his easy par, and he'll make that. So, hope everybody understands why I didn't accept that double one. So, anybody interested in the FA Cup would already know these, but I guess Manchester United, I really shouldn't say United. That's like fanboy says United. Like it's given that Manchester United is United, and I'm not a fanboy of Manchester United. Okay, so Mr. Moley is a Reds fan. And it's going to be the Red Devils and Spurs tonight, and then, well, probably later this afternoon for us here in America. And then you've got the Saints and the Blues of Chelsea. They'll be going. See, I'm trying to throw around my knowledge, which is I don't want to say somewhat limited, but it used to be. I used to be more in tune. But so we're going to do Dale George here first on the 12th. And he'll get a 3 on this semi-daunting hole, which will be a par. Yeah, I figured Palace can't stay up for much. I mean, they're... you know, it's a league of spending, and if you have to spend to get there, and once you get there, if you've spent, it's really tough to stay there unless you got gobs of money. So, Rowetter. This is an interesting hole, and I didn't mention this. So it's semi-daunting and semi-challenging. So semi-daunting course rating, semi-challenging green rating. But you only hit that 1 out of every 6 rolls. So, you like in this case, Rowetter is going to go off of his card. Focused golfers should have no problem reaching the 12th green in 2. So, you're going to miss the course's hazards most of the time here. Yeah, Mr. Moley, I think if you're a Liverpool fan, I think that that would definitely, that's kind of like, for me, that'd be maybe anybody but New England as far as American football goes. But he's ABU, which is anybody but United, which, again, that shortens it to fanboy status, but that's okay because you're kind of like lampooning fanboys in that case. Anyway, 2, 3, 5. Rowetter's not a legend, not a shaper, not a champion. So it'd be right now, and right now he's neutral. But this is okay. 3 is odd, so it will be a check to see if he's cold. And he's not, so he'll have an easy putt for birdie. 1 to 4. Can he do it? And he does. So Rowetter he survived that potential crisis on 11. Made a meal of it for a bit, but then was able to make a tougher par putt, and that steadied his confidence, gets a birdie, and he's within 4 of the leader, Jimmy Kimes. Okay, so it'll be Killo and James here at the 11th. This should be a scoring hole, and it will be Killo to go first. Neither of these guys have done much in this round. They're both 6 back. Killo will go first. And he gets the unlucky roll. Well, it looks unlucky to start because you get the 5, and the 5 is the only course control. And actually, I just realized something, and I've got to make a little note here. I've got to do something. Hold on. I keep forgetting that Jimmy Kimes gets an extra 4, extra control. But yeah, so let's roll out this hole, and then I got to take care of something real quick, and then I'll be right back. So you'll just have to sit still. I got to handle some laundry. So let's see. So golf cam green. So I said that this is unlucky because it goes to course control. But the 11 means it's golf cam green, which unfortunately it's not friendly. So if it were a friendly green, this would be a coup. But instead, a 5 is it friendly? No, it's not challenging either. So it'll be an easy par putt. So, but you don't necessarily want a par on this hole. So easy par putt goes in. Now, Jeremiah James, (116) should get a birdie chance here. Duffer, no. Firm green, no. So moderate putt for birdie. He's got to make something happen. He can't keep the blue chips around. Might as well use it. Makes it easy birdie. 1 to 4, and he makes it. So James will finally even out that bogey from early in the round, gets to -7. And we're going to take a short break here as I go and tend to some laundry. Mr. Moley says that Brighton would be the Palace's nemesis. So, yep, I'll be right back. And this commercial break brought to you by Tide. When doing laundry makes you want to think of the beach, choose Tide. And also by, let's see, Bounce. If you want your laundry, cleaning activities to be more like a trampoline, choose Bounce. And by Kleenex, for when you want your nose cleaning activities to make you think of taking a shower with your former spouse. Choose Kleenex. Anyway, I'll stop now before. And I apologize to all you divorcees out there. Let's see. Back to the game. We will go with Leon Bay, who birdied 9. And so 10, a challenging green with an exclamation mark. You want to stay away from golf cam green here. Whatever you do. 5, so it'll be course control 16, so golf cam course. And a 2 on a par 4, cordial no, daunting no, moderate putt for par. So as long as he doesn't get a 6, he'll be okay. And he's okay. So par at 10 for Bay. And now Gil Granbury. He's going to hold on to that blue chip for now. He'd love a 6, and he gets it. How about that? I called it. He'll take another par. And now he's got 2 blue chips that can, you put those together down the road, and that can be some capital to use. It could also be, if you were in the lead and you got blue chips, it can also be sort of a safety net. Because you can wrest control from a hole that's got some major water issues. All right, so the 9th, par 5. Can Alvestad keep this going? He got a birdie on 8. I think that's the only birdie so far on the 8th hole. And he'll have control 1, 5, 6. He's a legend, so this is going to be a Gallery Cheers par 5 edition, which gives some extra thoughts, some extra conditions here. Is he a hacker? Nope. So he'll have strong applause. Now, from the strong applause, we re-roll the white die. He gets a 3. He'll have a difficult birdie putt. So that's a 1. Well, he's going to keep the blue chip, and he needs a 1 here. And gets a 2. I mean, that's the second time I think. I don't know if it was for him, but second time I would have gotten a birdie if I'd used a blue chip there for somebody. But so that was a difficult birdie. This is a moderate par, and he misses the moderate par. And he lost focus after thinking that should have gone in, and now he ends up with a bogey. So I didn't do Mr. Alvestad too many services on that hole, and so he ends with 37. He'll be back at -7, so, or -6, excuse me. I didn't do Alvestad any favors. All right, Kenji Morita. 266 on a par 5 will give us. He is a shaper, so he will also get a gallery. So it's king or shaper, and he is a shaper. So he'll get the Gallery Cheers par 5 edition, and then a 2. Is he a champion? He's not, so he can't go for it. He'll get polite applause. Polite applause. We re-roll the white die. It's going to be probably a chance at a par or a very tough chance at a birdie. Yes, so he's going to end up with difficult par putt. That's a 1 to 3, and he makes it. So he plays the front an even par. It's not better than Rowetter's front, which was a 34, but it's second best so far. The front nine hasn't been so kind to the early golfers. So we'll now get to, well, it'll be Yun Lee Song. Kenny Service dropped out a lead so with a bogey. So Lee Song will be first to go, and he will... He's going to hold on to the blue chip there. And it'll be 56, and oh man, should have used the blue chip. How many times have I sat there and not used a blue chip and it's hurt somebody? 56 is water. Lee Song goes in. And par 3 with a first shot. Is he hot? He is not, so he's going to have a moderate bogey putt. 1 to 5 makes it, but a bogey for Lee Song, and he drops to -8. See, these are the, and what I'm doing here is in showing you this, you should be able to form your own thoughts on what kind of strategy would be good to use. If you got a blue chip there that hole, maybe using it's worthwhile. Of course, 56 is the worst roll you can get on that hole as far as those. See, 26 gets you golf cam course, and without the dot there, he's going to skate by probably with a par. So a 4 on a par 3. Daunting hole. It's not because of the node. So he's going to get a clutch putt for birdie. Now, Service is semi-rust. He needs a 1 or a 2. You get back in the lead, and he gets it. He earns a blue chip, and he will ascend back to a tie with Kimes. So Kenny Service, 4 birdies, 1 bogey on the front. And things are getting another birdie on 8. We've had 2. It's a pretty good rate of return there so far for a tough hole. Okay, so we've got Kimes and Co. Now I've put this note here so that I remember that 4 gets him some extra control. So Kimes first. It'll be 2, so he'll have control anyway. We got to remember the exclamation mark. So 355 off of his card. Semi-king with a dot. Yes, it's going to be. He'll get a blue chip for the gallery cheering, and then a 5. Is he hacker? No. Moderate putt for birdie. Kimes could retake the lead if he gets a 1 to 2. He's going to live in the moment. He's going to use the blue chip. 1 to 4. And he makes it. -13 for Kimes. He regains the lead. So he saw the leaderboard update and he decided he was going to be aggressive, and it pays off for him. Oh, wait a second. Back up. What did I do? 5. Moderate putt for birdie. I'm giving him back his blue chip. We got to do this again. Moderate putt for birdie, but there's an exclamation mark, makes it difficult. He rolled a 4. We're going to say, so he's going to have a moderate putt for par now. So it shouldn't be moderate because of the exclamation mark makes it difficult. So the difficult putt he missed with a 4. A difficult putt for birdie, he needed a 1. Gets a 4. So now that makes a moderate putt for par, which is 1 to 5, and he makes that. So he will par. And so they are still tied. And he keeps his blue chip, and there we go. So now Ji Woon Ko. I'm glad I caught myself there. That wouldn't have been good. 15. He misses the water just by a sliver. It just kicks forward into the bunker, which is because he's sandy. It might be better. Semi-sandy. Although he doesn't have the dot, so never mind. Scratch that. Because this is going to be a check whether he's sandy, and he's not. But he'll have a moderate putt for par. made difficult by the exclamation mark, needs a 1 to 3. Makes it. Okay. So, we're going to keep on moving along here. We're at the par 3 13th. Another tough green. I'm going to take a short little break here to get a drink. So, Denny Rowetter is within 4 now after his birdie at 12. But there's a lot of water in play here at 13, and obviously the back 9 is accentuated by the 17th, which is the famous Island Green, so it's still a ways away. But this one has its share of water too. And it'll be 56. Well, he's going to find some palm trees with his tee shot, so he's going to be scrambling. Now, he's got a 1 there, which should be good. He's not, if he were Workman, this would be, he almost picked up a Workman till further notice on that special result roll, but here he gets, is it a Workman? No, so he's going to have a pin shot. The green 1 can be good. Chance at a pin shot here, needs a 1 for that, and no, it's a 5. It'll be a moderate putt for par. 1 to 5, and it is a 5. He will sink it. Now, normal hole, and a 2 is a par for Dale George. Out of contention. And now we're starting to get to the point where some of these other golfers who are at -6 could end up falling out of contention. Once they get within, if they go down to 7 with 7 holes to play, which right now this group over here is 6 back. If any of those guys get to -5 with 7 to play, we will probably just start. Oh no! Drop my decider die. Way back there too. Knew this ruler would come in good for something. I used to have a wood block in front of, like a 2x4 in front of the opening underneath this, and I moved it so I could put up a little stand for my camera over to the side, and that's the first time one's gone back underneath. Okay, so James will be first to go here at 12. Let's see what happens for James. Not much chance of a course roll. So 555, he'll get a special result. So let's see what happens here. Another special result, this time for Jeremiah James. After 5 minutes, yes, that would be a that would be a lost ball, and yeah, you've got to go back stroking distance. So, okay, par 4. We're going to do a special result roll. Let's see here what goes on for James. 66. We go to oh my word, Jeremiah James. Here we go. Long drive from tee. Iron rolls onto green, wanders towards the hole. It's in there. Eagle on a 66 for Jeremiah James. He eagles the 12th hole, semi-daunting hole. What a shot. -9. Jumps over that 3-way tie at -8, and he's right back into it. Doesn't need to use the blue chip there, but man, that is in the hole. Spectacular iron shot for James. And so the custom card gets one of the big breaks that you could get after trip 5s, gets him to a special result, then he gets double 6s, and that's what she wrote. So making history. 133 now for Kilo. We're going to check here. Yeoman or Puny? Nope. Hacker? No. It's going to be experience. Semi-icon with a dot should help him. But a 3 will check prospect, so that should work out well too. Par 4, 3. Prospect? No. Easy putt for birdie. 1 to 4. These guys are making this hole look like a piece of cake. Makes the putt. So Kilo birdies after seeing James rifle a shot into the green that just has seeing eyes, and just walks its way down there into the cup, and then he fires for the pin, knocks it close, gets his birdie, and so that changes the leaderboard a little bit. Jeremiah James within 3. Tell you what, if he finishes top 5 here, I have to imagine he could finish top 125 in the tour money, because this is I think this is $9 million purse. So I got some dust from digging under my bench here. It's static is making it stick. Okay, so back to 11. Wow, that's that does not happen very often. One of those rolls, the old eagle from the fairway. All right, so let's see who's next. So it would be Granbury and Bay, and it'll be Leon Bay. Looking for birdie here. 3, 4, 6. That's probably not a helpful roll here. Let's see. Is he a bomber? No. Utility? No. Is it firm? No. Golf cam green. Not a friendly green either, so a 3 and a par 5. Is it challenging? No. He'll have a clutch putt for birdie. So he catches a break. Of course, he's semi-rust in putting. Doesn't have a blue chip to change his fortunes there. So he needs a 1 or a 2 here to get a blue chip and make it. And he makes it. Makes the birdie, and Bay will move to -7. So some guys finding some pay dirt here. Now Gil Granbury. He's got 2 blue chips. If he can get a moderate birdie putt here, that would be something for him to use. 1, 3, 5. Not Duffer, not Puny. Is he champion or hero? No. So it's going to be a moderate putt for birdie. And he will use his blue chips to make it a gimme. And it's good. So Granbury also moves to -7. Now he could have used 1 there and taken his chances. And maybe that would be a more wise choice with a guy who's 6 back. But sometimes you just want to insure it. So, okay, so Alvestad bogeyed, so it'll be Merida to go at the 10th here. 3, it's going to be course control 23 in the rough with the second shot, so he's going to be up and down, and there's an exclamation mark, which is not going to help anything. Not a workman, so gimme goes from gimme to easy. So easy par, and he doesn't make the double 6s, so that's good for him. Holds on to his blue chip. And here's Alvestad. Also, that's going to be a 12. Golf cam green. Challenging green, though. This could be not so good. Friendly green, no. Challenging green, yes. Clutch putt for bogey. Alvestad's going to use his blue chip. Should have used it before. 1 to 5, and he misses it. Can't get a red chip, but man, that's unlucky. Easy double bogey, and he's going to drop to -4. And Alvestad has a Sunday to forget. So let's see, what does he have left? 8. He is 8 back with 8 to play. He's going to get one more hole, or else he'll be out of contention. In theory, he should be out of contention based on the play rules anyway. Okay, so Kenny Service and Yun Lee Song here. Service got a share of the lead on the last hole. Still has a blue chip in his pocket here to use. It's going to be golf cam. Well, it's going to be in the rough with his second shot. He gets the unlucky 5 roll here, which means that we check against the course. And on this hole, it's going to be a rough with his second shot and then a 5. Is he a master? He's not. He's going to have a difficult putt for par. Could he drop out of this lead again? 1 to 3, and he makes it. So he holds on there. So a 33 on the front for Service. Minus 12 in the tournament. Makes the turn. Now Yun Lee Song. So it'll be 3, 5, 6. Checking the par 5 chart. Scatter or puny? No. Hero, yes. He'll get another blue chip. And we'll check a 3 on the gallery cheers on the normal chart. The hero or champion, he's both. Easy putt for birdie. He's going to use 1 to make it a gimme. And he makes it. So Yun Lee Song gets back to minus 9. And he's got an up and down front 9, a 35, minus 1. But his playing partner, Kenny Service, remains tied for the lead with Jimmy Kimes, who will be playing next. And so I want to go one more time through this before we call it a... And what we might do if we go one time through... So, well, first let's do these guys. Jimmy Kimes. He'll take his chances with the blue chip. He also has that extra control, remember. Oh, wow, if he had taken control, he'd have trip 4s. But anyway, 44, that will be in the sand with his drive. Well, his iron shot into the green. And then a 4. Is he chunky? No. Moderate putt for par. Got to make sure you don't miss the 1 to 5. And he makes it. Mr. Moley, I'll answer your question here shortly. I'm going to finish out Co here. Red chip. He's going to go ahead and hope for a 6. Doesn't get it. 56, and he is in the water again. This guy's ball has must be thirsty because it's finding water at every turn. Oh my goodness. Could have used the red chip at least to get rid of that, but now par 3, first shot in the drink, 2. Is he sunny? No, he is actually stormy, so he's got a moderate putt for bogey. 1 to 5 makes that. I thought about shedding the red chip there, but that's a bogey. And he will drop to minus 7. And so Mr. Moley, a loyal lover of the History Maker golf stuff, asks a question: don't I follow the play out of contention rules? I do, to an extent. My theory on the out of contention is, I feel like, so we had Dale George do that early on. I'll show you here. So this is Dale George up to the point where I said he was out of contention, which he was, I think, 10 back with 9 to play. Then you go birdie, and that, to me, I mean, it doesn't always happen, but there's enough times it seems to happen that way where a guy is kind of scuffling along, and then you get him on a birdie run, and then it brings him back into contention, which, I mean, it happens in real life too, but I guess I figure my rule of thumb is, if you're within 6 shots with 6 holes to play, I don't ever do you into out of contention, okay? If you end up with fewer holes to play than strokes you are back, then I'm going to move you into out of contention. You're never getting back in. So that's kind of the way I do it. I think the other way is okay. I guess I've seen enough where guys get hot after, where I feel like they wouldn't have gotten hot if they just played out their cards the way, it sometimes doesn't feel. I mean, the reason they put it in there is to save time, and it does save time, but I also like the results to seem fair, and sometimes it doesn't come out fair. Like Dale George is 2 under par on the back after. Now, I mean, and guys do that. Guys, they make the turn, maybe they take a leak, have a banana, get some electrolytes back in, think about what they're doing wrong, they make a little tweak, try to remember a swing key from their coach, and all of a sudden they find the fairway, they make a putt, make a second one, everything's back to normal. But I don't know. So the 14th, Roe Wetter will be playing this. Another tough hole, a lot of them here. This is a par 4, well-guarded hole. Features a waste bunker and water on the left and grass mounds to the right. Concentration is key, and you only really have the concentration if you get a 1 or a 6 on this hole. And he gets a 1, so Roe Wetter catches a break here and doesn't have to deal with the course hazards so much. 2, 4, 5. Not a legend. No, it's going to be short game check with a 2. He's not stone, so he'll have a pin check. Reroll the white die. And a 4 gives him a moderate, make that difficult because of the exclamation mark. 1 to 3, and he misses. So a moderate bogey, 1 to 5, he'll make that. And Roe Wetter, whenever he makes a birdie, he seems to give it right back. So Dale George, semi-daunting. And there you go again. Now, this time at least we get on a semi-daunting, we have to roll the decider die. And it's good. He'll get another birdie, 3 under par. See, if I had done that at the point where he was like 6 back or 7 back, then all of a sudden he's 4 back off of these rolls. So that's where I'm a little hesitant to drop guys into that check. So we're in the midst of what we'll do for our final cycle of this for this video. When we get through Kimes and Co. in this one, we'll take a break. Probably this afternoon I'll finish it off. So back to 13, par 3. And it'll be Jeremiah James who knocked it in on 12 from the fairway for an eagle. Going to try and keep it going here. And he will have control with 1, 3, 6. So does he get a chance here at a birdie? Hero or dynamic? Nah, he's neither of those. So go golf cam green, and it's a challenging green with a 1. He's going to have a double difficult putt for par. Jeremiah James, double difficult putt for par. He could use the blue chip to make it difficult. It still doesn't really, I mean, that takes him from 1 and 6 to 3 and 6. He's going to use, well, he gets another one on the next hole, so he's going to use it. He needs to try and make a 1 to 3 putt here for a difficult par, and it's in the hole. So we'll put the blue chip back now because he gets it next hole anyway. So now Nate Killow. And that's a 6 there hanging. 56 in the woods. And is he a workman? No. It'll be a gimme par putt. And he makes it. So back to 12. This is a fascinating hole in the way that it's a 5. So it's semi-daunting and a semi-challenging green. I guess it fascinates me a bit that it's a tough hole, but you don't have to deal with its challenges very often. Only 16% of the time. So I see, Mr. Moley. I'll let me get this hole out of the way, and then I'll address it. Oh boy, Leon Bay gets a special result roll. A 1 means, and then 5s is going to be special results. So this is our third special result this tournament. So let's see what happens here. Leon Bay, special result par 4. And this is at the same hole as Jeremiah James. If we get another 66, I think I might need to clean my shorts here. 46 this time. Okay. Not so good. Fan at the green. Struck by an errant shot. They're okay. And then we get back to play here. Moderate putt for bogey. Stormy rest of the round if he misses it. So, moderate putt for bogey. Not so bad. But if he gets a 6, he's stormy. And he makes it. So that's a bogey for Bay. Gives back the birdie he got at 11. Drops to -6. But he's not stormy, so that's a positive. Gil Granberry. Okay, 5. Almost another special result roll, but this is 5, 5, 6. Not a legend, not a hacker, so we'll go to experience. He is an icon, so, but the 5 will check whether he's a prospect or not. Pretty sure. Yep. So moderate putt for birdie. 1 or 2. It's a 4, so that will make an easy par putt, and he makes that. Okay, so Mr. Moley, his way to do it is he follows their rules. If they get to 7 back of the leaders or more, he rolls out of contention. If they then reemerge, he goes back, or if they come back in, he plays them again. Which really, if you think about it, that's the way this is set up to work. It's supposed to be like a telecast, and so if they go out of contention, telecast doesn't show them. Now, if they make a couple birdies, they're going to reappear on the telecast. So the way that he does that is, in theory, correct for the premise, which is that this is supposed to be a telecast. And so kudos to him for that, and maybe I should consider that. But I don't know. I like the results that the play brings up, so I try to honor that as much as I possibly can until they're basically out of contention. Okay, so Kenji Morita, it's going to be off the course, and 46 means in the bunker with his second shot. So bunker second shot, par 5 and a 4. Is he chunky? No, he's not. Well, he'll end up with an easy par putt. I think my final... Oh, and he almost misses the easy par putt. But he does make it. I think for the final video of this, I'm going to actually return to what I had planned on doing before. Or what I do in the Slacker. I'm going to use the match play chart, and I'm going to use alternately colored dice to play the first part of the hole to the part where we get a putt, and then we will putt out once we get both guys to where they're going to putt. So that's what we're going to do. Alvestad could use a birdie here. He's going to go out of contention if he doesn't get something here in a 1-5-5. Bomber or Duffer? No. Hero, semi-hero, no dot, so no. Champion, yes. He'll get an easy putt for birdie. Now he needs a 1 through 4. And he will make it. So he gets back to within 7 with 7 to play. And we're going to keep him around. So it will now be Yun Lee Song, who birdied the 9th. And he will be first to go at 10. He will have control 2, 3, 5, and we have an exclamation mark too, so we got to keep that in mind. 1, 2, 3, 5. Legend, semi-legend with a dot. So yes, he'll get another blue chip, and he will go to the gallery cheers with a 5. Not a hacker, so he'll have a difficult putt for birdie. Moderate, but then you add 1, so a difficult putt for birdie. Could spend. He's going to hold out here and hold on to those 2 blue chips. A difficult putt for birdie, and he misses. But guess what? If he used those blue chips, he still would have missed. So now a moderate putt for par for him. He'll make that. And so he keeps the 2 blue chips, which are sort of they're kind of like aces, a double ace in the hole there. You get an ace in the up cards, then you've got a 3 of a kind, and then you're in business. So Kenny Service, 46 in the rough with a 5. Rough first shot 5. Is he a master? No, Kenny Service is not. He'll end up with a double difficult putt for par after the exclamation mark, and so he could use the blue chip, or he could lag. He earns another blue chip if he makes a double difficult putt. So double difficult par is a 1. You need a 1. Let's, and we could lag it, but that really is a very rough opportunity there for making it. He'd love to make it and stay in the lead. Needs a 1. Here we go. Going to shake it up a good bit. And he gets a 5, so he will miss double dip. So now a difficult bogey. He's going to use his blue chip now to make it a moderate bogey putt. And he makes that. Not the best use of your good fortune, but he wants to stay within 1, and especially with Kimes going to the 9th, which could be a birdie hole. All right, so Kimes, one moment here, I'm going to do something real quick, unless is it in here? Yeah. So I'm going to give you a little preview of how what I'm going to do here. Bear with me for a second while I'll just do it for this pair of golfers. So what we're going to do here is all right, I'm gonna do a better job later on of so what I do is I have purple and I have red, and so I decide one. I'm gonna use purple, be an alphabetical order. I put the purple one on Kimes and the red one on Co, and that's gonna also help me remember the right order. It makes me check for order. So Kimes will be first to go. And then I have a second pair of these alternately colored D6s. So now it'll be course control 16, golf cam course, and a 5 on a par 5. Is it cordial? No. Oh wait, cordial. Yes, it is cordial. So he'll have a clutch putt for birdie. We'll take the purple one and put it right here for clutch putt for birdie, and we'll wait. Now, the trouble with this is it takes a little longer to carry out. So now Ji-Woon Ko, and it'll be 4, 5, 6. This might, I think this is Golf Cam Green, but let me check. Yes, it is Golf Cam Green. Not a friendly green though, so a 6, par 5. Friendly, no. Is he laser? No. So he'll have a clutch putt for par. So we'll put that here. So a couple of clutch putts. Now the way that you use this, the match play marker, you start with gimmies. You let the gimmies tap in first. Then you go with whoever's away, and away means the largest, or excuse me, the smallest chances of making the putt, and then you go to clutch. So clutch is what's left, and we're going to go with the clutch putt that has the most writing on it. So we'll do the clutch birdie first, which is going to be Kimes. And so he is semi-rust. He's going to use his blue chip to get to semi-gold. He can't earn a red chip that way, and he needs a 1 to 4, and it's a 5. He misses, so that will mean, so that makes an easy par, which then we do because that's now the away putt, and he makes the easy par, and that gives him a 35 to close out the front. And now I will take that off of there, and now it'll be a clutch putt for Ko for par, and he's going to hope for a 1 to 3. He's normal rated for his putting, so that means a 1 to 3, and if he gets that, he would lose the red chip, earning a blue one. He would earn another red chip for a 4 through 6, but he makes it, so he will lose the red chip. He makes a par. An ugly front 9 for Ko, +3, 39, and he remains at -7. And so this is so we're gonna give a little break here. I actually have to go coach some soccer to close out the morning here, and so I want to sort of relax here for a bit before that. So this is the way our leaderboard shapes up. Jimmy Kimes leading. He started the day as the leader. He still is hanging out there. 1 under par on the front has kept him there at -12. Kenny Service is 1 behind. Took a bogey on 10, which he had been at 3 under par for the round, and now finds himself 1 back. Then 3 back, you got a tie of Jeremiah James, who eagled 12, holing out a shot with a spectacular shot. And then you've got Yun Lee Song, who birdied 9 in order to get back to within 3 of the lead. And then you've got some more back at -7, and we'll pick up here a little later this afternoon. We'll get this game closed out. So, and if you just saw what I did there for the lead pairing, I'm probably going to rework my current setup a little bit, but we will do this for the we'll do it for the rest of the golfers. And when we get back, we'll see if there's any contenders, which there could be. Our leader is at 1 under par, and so that should give the opportunity for at least 1 emerging contender and potentially 2. So when we come back, we will do that. So thanks a lot for watching, everybody, and see you in a little while for some more History Maker Golf, the 2018 Sawgrass Championship.